So hello, I'm gonna just start and get right to it. So this is my channel on me journaling and talking about my life. Um, I'm 18 years old. I live in Germany. English is my third language, so excuse my little language barrier that I have. However, that's not the point. Also, one thing for all my friends in Germany, if you see this, okay, my real life friends, ey, wenn ihr das seht, bitte nicht judgen. Ich mache so ein kleines Journaling, ein bisschen Tagebuch, dies, das. Ich mache es für mich weiterzuentwickeln. Bisschen so, auch einfach ein bisschen, statt zu scrollen, einfach ein bisschen so weiter, so einfach sich entwickeln, so für mich selbst. Aber ja, also bitte an meine Freunde, wenn ihr es seht, wenn ihr wollt, lacht mich aus, aber ja, ja, das war's. So yeah, I basically just said that to all my friends finding this channel because I'm not gonna tell them about this channel or show any of my friends or family that if they see this channel that they should not judge me and that they should just if they laugh they can laugh, but yeah, they can tell me about it. I don't care. So first I wanted to start why I even started or why I'm starting this channel. I don't care if nobody sees this. This is more so for me, to grow as a person. I do this because it's gonna sound a bit weird, but every day before I go to sleep, I have like a routine, because I'm kind of like health maxing and whatnot. And yeah, I try to like calm down, not be on my phone, and just brush my teeth, read my Bible, and just pray. That's pretty much what I do always. However, there's like a span of time where I talk to myself exactly the way I do right now to y'all. It sounds weird talking to yourself, but I do it pretty much every day, not in a literal sense. In my mind, I think that's normal. However, I do it every night in a literal sense. So I actually speak to myself exactly the way I do right now. I either speak to God, it's pretty much just praying, but also sometimes I'm not even talking to God. Sometimes I'm just talking as I have an audience in front of me. It sounds weird, but that's what I do. So I just thought after like a long time, and I've been doing this for like talking to myself late at night. I've been doing this acting, like acting as if there was an audience. I've been talking like that for a minute now, like for multiple years at least. I'm not trolling it, maybe like 2 to 3 years, and that's why I decided to like, why not capture all my thoughts that I had, because maybe I could look back and learn from those thoughts that I had, or maybe I can be like, okay, maybe I was wrong about that, but now, now I changed. Yeah, that's pretty much why I do this, and also because like I think just posting and showing yourself, expressing yourself like online is always good. I mean, I do like TikTok and whatnot, but yeah. So that's for the introduction. Um, I think I will be posting like pretty much every other day, maybe every day. We'll see. I wanted to cut these videos. I'ma see, but I think I'm gonna just upload them raw. Yeah, I think I'ma just upload them raw. So yeah, I'ma start with a topic today, cause why not? So today I wanted to talk about mm, like why, or like I don't understand why people, when they do something, that they ask for others for help. So there's a lot of people that I feel like have so many great thoughts, so many great ideas, including me, um, but they're not really showing it to the world. They're not marketing themselves. In the end of the day, it's all marketing, and they just leave those thoughts behind as if they weren't important, even though that these thoughts could have changed those person's life, you know? And I feel like humans always ask other people for advice, even though I think that first you should ask yourself what you should do, you know? When did you ever, like, just when making a decision, ask yourself, okay, what do I actually want to do? People always try to find other opinions, which isn't bad necessarily. However, I think that first you kind of gotta like ask yourself what you want, you know? And when making a big decision, maybe stop caring about what other people tell you, even if they're as close as you as family, or it might even be your family. I think that you could just maybe not listen to them or not even tell them about that big decision and just sit for yourself quietly and just think about that decision and then do what you want to do without having any, you know, influence through other people. Because then what you do is actually what you want to do, you know, and not what people have influenced you to do. However, I think that you will always be influenced in some sort of and kind of way when making a decision. It doesn't matter, even if it's stuff from the past, you will always be influenced some sort of. But still, you can really like try to change your mind and like just do what you want to do. And I think that that's the most important thing in life. I think that do what you want to do. It sounds like a basic quote, you know, but like I think that's essentially why we live. Like I had a big disagreement with my dad on like life, you could say, because he obviously wants me to do well academically, financially, and I think that those things are very important in life. However, I do think that stuff like, by the way, I'm not farting, it's the chair. um, I think that stuff like family, God, is so much more important. And sometimes you don't have to have a safe route, even though if you really took everything you have and be as passionate as possible about achieving your dreams, I think that if you are as passionate, oh, if you are as passionate like that, then I think that nothing is gonna stop you from achieving those dreams. Yeah, like I want to buy my parents a house with a garden. Like that's my like financially dream and goal in life. It's not a dream, it's a goal. And then one day hopefully also get myself a house. But first and foremost I want to buy my parents one. And when I told that my dad, he he told me that with how I plan my future that that won't be possible. So he doesn't believe in me. You know, and that coming from your own father, your biological father, even though I love my father, by the way, he's room next door. um, it hurt it, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, I even cried. Like that was, I think, yeah, I think that was the last time I cried. Was when my dad told me like, yeah, you won't do it, you won't achieve it because like, I don't want to do it the like natural school way, you know. I don't want to go to like university. you know. I'm still gonna do like something like that. However, like that's not my goal. Not at all. Like even if I don't achieve my financial goals in life, I want to at least achieve my actual goals in life, and that is to like live as healthy as possible, give my life even more to God, and to just do every day what I want to do, and just go everywhere, see everywhere, meet new people, make friends. Like I also want to be financial stable, and it would be a dream to have a lot of money, and like that rich LARPing lifestyle, on TikTok. Um, to have a life like that would be fun, and I'm also achieving, and I'm also like, it sounds as if I'm like just laying down and relaxing, but that's not what I do. I actually am trying to improve, and to make money. However, I think that again, to my first point that I had, I want to first do what I want to do, you know? And if that is not what my mom supports me in every way. My dad also, but like he just, you know, he's a little, he gave up so much for me. So, and also for my brother. So it only makes sense that he wants me to do academically well. And also for his timeline, it was also very important, um, especially as when he was growing up. But I think that like nowadays it's not as important anymore. And like also you can do money in so many ways. And it's like actually if you were, I think that genuine passion is like, look, you see these people on like in stadiums watching their favorite team, club, doesn't matter, football, basketball. Like maybe you win the game and then they scream and then they're so happy, so yes, as if they played the game. And don't get me wrong, I watch sports, I watch basketball, I watch tennis, football, soccer for y'all Americans. But I'm also passionate. I have my teams and clubs that I support. However, like I don't do it my whole personality, and also I'm not like so passionate as these people about watching the sport. You know, they really, some of these fans really act as if they're playing. You know, even though you're not even playing. And trust me, if those people would have just put a fraction of the passion that they have for their club into something that would make them money and also would uh, like where they also would have fun doing it while making the money, I think that if they would do that, they would be so much further in life than they could ever dream of. And I think that that's also one of those things that I have to realize, because I think that even though I'm talking a lot, what am I actually doing? Am I really doing what I want to do? I don't think so right now. Right now, I'm just like, I'm trying to be as healthy as possible. Okay, I'm doing that. However, I am trying to find new ways to make money, but and I'm still doing this, but I'm still like, there's no point of me lying. Like, most of the time, I'm still just in my bed. I'm not in my bed, but like in my room, or I'm just on the walk, listening to music, or out with my friends, not really doing stuff. You know, I don't have a boring life, I would say. However, I don't have right now my life. It's like it's really like it's like as if I hit a plateau. Like nothing is really changing, but it's not like, or like I feel like I am growing in every aspect. If it's personality, if it's knowledge, if it's like financial way, I think I'm growing. Not I think I am. However, it feels so, like, I think I've gotten to a point where it's like very slow, you know? And I'm not about to give up. I'm gonna keep going. But as I just said, it feels as if I stopped. But maybe I didn't. Maybe this is like just the beginning, you know? Maybe this is the middle, maybe this is the peak. I don't know. Like, you never know what comes for the future. You never know what God has planned for all of us. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm going to just pray and I'm going to try to implement the things that I said in this video, and that is to do what you want to do, you know, and what I want to do. So, in conclusion for this video, me personally, what I take from this video is that I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, when I take a decision, I'm not going to ask other people for it. I'm going to think about it, be like, okay, and then decide, and then take the final decision, you know, make a final decision. And I think that if I do that, I'm like getting even closer to achieving true happiness and true like life goals, you know. I think that that is the way to be successful for your own self, because success is like different for every human, you know. You can be financially successful, but that might not be success to me. But that's also a new topic that I could open up. Yeah, I think that that's good for today. You know, I'm about to read my Bible, pray, and then go to sleep. So I hope you guys have all a good evening, you know, good night, sleep well. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna talk maybe about girls who and what like how it's like going on for my, like, you know, what in my happens in my love life. Spoiler, not a lot. There's not going on a lot, but I think I can still talk about some stuff that happened, and also some stuff that, you know, I want to talk about. However, that is for tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys can take something and learn something from this. And again, ey, wenn es irgendjemand sieht, von meinen Freunden, Bruder, egal wer, wenn ihr sagt, das ist cringe, wenn ihr sagt, das Ding, dann sagt es. Ich, ich werde lachen, mich juckt's wirklich nicht. Ich mache es ja für mich. Ich will mich weiterentwickeln als Person. Und ja, das war's eigentlich auch. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Till tomorrow. Bye bye.